Connor Shaw. Who?
Do you want that as your lock of the week?
Dylan Gabriel's not the guy. He's a 5'10", 5'11" left-handed quarterback. The odds are stacked against him. And welcome in, bet heads, to another edition of Bet This. I am one of your hosts. If you are new, I am Siege, CJ, the GOAT, the host, the bet head connoisseur, and joined by me is the co-host, Jay Dawg. Say what's up, Jay Dawg.
What's up, Jay Dawg?
We haven't introduced ourselves in a while. I just felt like maybe we do that, you know.
Don't ever do that again. No. They know who we are.
I know we're big deals, and
we're kind of a big deal.
we're humble big deals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could run for de facto mayors of our respective cities and win.
Yeah.
That's how humble we are.
J-Dog, so this edition of Bet This, we had what titled 12 days and 17 seconds. Is that right?
That is correct. 12 days for the Carolina Hurricanes, because they have been a hurricane force in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Finally played for the first time in 12 days on Thursday against the Montreal Canadiens, the never say die Montreal Canadiens. You never thought you'd hear that, even though they have the most Stanley Cups in history.
I know.
Yeah. The underdogs. Are we really doing that? Okay. Well, I guess we are. And 17 seconds was all it took for Ronda Rousey to give us your money, you suckers, to take out Gina Carano in an armbar. All that weight that Carano was losing, because you heard she was pre-diabetic not too long ago, and she had to lose 100 pounds, I believe. I didn't realize how bad it got for her, but I guess it got that bad in the early 2020s. If it was COVID weight thing going on, or depression. She did get fired from Star Wars, The Mandalorian, a while back, if you remember. There was a lot of things going on, which were self-inflicted from her, by the way. But great for her for losing that weight. Hopefully doing it naturally, not the don't say it. Okay, yeah, don't. You got the O part. We don't mean the Baltimore Orioles either. So
Yes.
Wilbon, by the way, calls them the Evs, like that. So
that's funny.
Anyway, Carano losing that weight only to lose in 17 seconds. Her first return in nearly 2 decades back to the octagon, only for that to happen. And we may never see Rousey again. She wants to have more kids. That's going to take time. And when that happens,
I feel like Rousey's probably, if I had a crystal ball that I could kind of look into, I would say Rousey's, if she has a future in entertainment or in sports again, I see it being in the WWE or something.
I don't think she's ever coming back to the WWE ever again.
Maybe not that franchise, but like wrestling or something. Because
she had a one-off in AEW not too long ago.
There you go. That could be her back in. Maybe I just don't see her going back into the octagon. And like, this wasn't even UFC.
No, it was just a Netflix event.
Yeah, and MVP Promotions.
Yes.
Which is, I think, Jake Paul's promotional company. Big, sports, not up news, but sports update between the UFC and Jake Paul, because the UFC announced Conor McGregor's returning during the MVP fights and
during
like the motion.
While it was going on.
Right. So Jake Paul had to, he snapped back at the UFC. He's ready to go to war with them, is essentially what he said. So pretty interesting there as well, that the UFC did a move like that against a small time promoter like MVP. Not that they're, I guess, small time, they're on Netflix, but it's just
they're fledgling. They're emerging.
Right. It's not a UFC. It's not an established company.
Not yet. Also, though, this, what this reminded me of? This reminded me of, remember in 2000, I think it was 7, right? In the 2007 World Series at Fenway, I think A-Rod was given the American League MVP or some award. It might have been the Clemente Award. I don't remember. 2007, right? He says it during the World Series that he's opting back in with the Yankees. The Red Sox were playing the Rockies in the World Series, and he goes and does that. Opt out only to opt back in with the Yankees to the Sox, essentially, at Fenway. If you remember that. That's the kind of guy A-Rod was. We'll leave it at that.
And we've got Some other big things we're going to discuss today in this edition of Bet This. We're going to go over the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs that we have a couple of matchups there.
It's not lost upon me, though. We were down to the final four, and you'd think that I don't care. I do care to an extent. You know what I really care about? That my three favorite teams or their affiliates, right, are, in. You've got the Calder Cup playoffs with the Cleveland Monsters staying on the Toronto Marlies, right? You also have the Springfield Thunderbirds taking on the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins. So as you know, the Blues affiliate is Springfield. So you got the Calder Cup playoffs there. You got the Columbus affiliate with the Cleveland
I did
Monsters.
check, by the way.
Yeah.
Couldn't get odds on them. Couldn't do any
No,
betting.
I don't care about that.
I know. I looked, though. I was thinking about throwing down some money.
As you know, the Blues aren't in the playoffs, Stanley Cup playoffs. So I got the next best thing. I've got that, and I also have in the Kelly Cup in the ECHL, the Florida Everblades taking on the Wheeling Nailers, who are the Pittsburgh Penguins affiliate. So you've got both the Blues affiliates taking on with the Springfield Thunderbirds, as well as the Florida Everblades, which is a great name, isn't it?
Yes.
It's a great name. Like the Orlando Solar Bears. That's a great name, too. I love that. That's one of the ECHL opponents that the Everblades take on frequently.
Very nice.
And the Jacksonville Icemen. Yeah. Anyway, because, when we think of hockey, we think of Jacksonville, Florida.
Of course.
Duval. Anyway, the fact that you've got the Blues, Penguins, both affiliates taking on each other, as well as the Cleveland Monsters. As you know, I saw them when they were the Cleveland Polish Boys earlier this year. Check the previous editions of Bet This back in, was it April last month, right?
Yes.
We did that. That's just, I love that. We've got minor league baseball going on because I've got the Guardians affiliates like the Hill City Howlers. You've got the Akron Rubber Ducks. You've got the Columbus Clippers.
I actually, Jay Dawg, funny you mention it. I went to a minor league game recently. I don't have complete footage like we normally do. I took off in the
I was
eighth
going to say,
inning.
you know why? Because he took off and he missed something epic.
I know the Fisher Cats were taking on the Hartford Yard Goats. I was hoping I could see Ethan Holiday. He wasn't there, though. He's already been called up to AAA.
Yep.
But it was a good game. It was kind of slow.
But they weren't the Fisher Cats. They were the Chicken Tenders.
That's right. It was Tender Tuesday.
Tender
so they
Tuesday.
were the Manchester Chicken Tenders.
Yeah.
And I left. They were losing 2-1. And then they came back and won 4-3 in the ninth or in the eighth, one of the two.
In the eighth. And then
I left in the middle of the eighth.
No, they won the walk-off. So, that was a walk-off for them. And also, the fact that you're comping a Fisher Cats jersey of Vladdy Jr., did you end up seeing Vladdy Jr. with the Fisher Cats or no?
No, I never
saw 2 games with him in, I think, 2018.
Damn.
I knew he was a stud.
Though
That team.
Yeah. Like that team, because it was him and Bo.
And Kevin Biggio.
I know.
Those 3 guys. It was Bo Bichette, Vladdy Jr., and Kevin Biggio.
And Biggio's had not as good of a career as Bo.
It's not going to be like his old
Vlad.
man. And
Bo and Vlad are both all-stars. Cavan's not really like
no.
He's not that same level.
He's become a journeyman.
Yeah.
Whereas
he's more of like a Mike Yastrzemski kind of, like the name is there. He goes around, but Biggio's been up and down into the AAA.
He is.
Farm
At the
system.
moment, it doesn't look like he's going to be a Hall of Famer like his dad, much like Mike Yastrzemski. Doesn't look like he's going to be a Hall of Famer like his grandfather, Carl Yastrzemski. So,
but
the Final Four in the NHL,
yes.
You've got the what an upset this could be.
I know
the Vegas Golden Knights can continue this momentum.
Jay Dawg. So, we're talking about the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs, right?
Yeah.
I want to talk about the odds for just champions in general.
Yeah.
For any team to win.
Yep.
So currently, the odds I have, the Hurricanes are the favorite after the Knights beat the Avalanche
in game 1 alone. That's how much the odds have changed, folks. From the Colorado Avalanche, who are on the absolute top of the mountain, yes, pun intended, all the way now to the Carolina Hurricanes, who are already second going in. They're now the prohibitive favorites.
And so just for your odds on the final 4 teams here, Hurricanes are plus 155. So it's plus money for all 4 teams. If you're looking to make money, try the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. You have your best chance to make some money there because everything is plus money right now. There's not one team that you could bet on that's going to technically you're going to have to spend more to get there, essentially. Like, it's all plus money. So $1 is going to earn you more than $1 if that team wins, essentially. So the more you spend, obviously, the more you earn. But the Hurricanes are plus 155, Avalanche plus 220, the Knights plus 250, and
Montreal's at the bottom
plus 600.
Plus 600.
Which
so
isn't that crazy of odds either.
Not.
They're still technically in there, but something that I really did want to talk about before we cut to the next segment is I saw a prop bet on the Carolina Hurricanes to go 16-0 in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Currently, they are undefeated at press time, plus 6,500 odds to go undefeated. And I even looked it up. No team's ever done it in the 16-win Stanley Cup playoff era.
They've never gone 4-4-4-4. Nope.
The best team ever was in the 80s, the Oilers with Wayne Gretzky and Messier.
Messier and Yari Curry.
They lost 2 games.
Yeah.
There were 2 teams back in the day that went undefeated. They were 2 original 6 teams in the original 6 era.
It was way back when.
And they were only, I think, 8-game postseason. So it wasn't the same thing. But just if you want to win some money, plus 6,500 odds on a prop bet, I'd take it. Jay Dawg, sports question of the day. This one's a little gimmicky, a little different.
Yeah.
What's the better gum for baseball? Is it Hubba Bubba or Big League Chew?
Big League Chew. Big League, and you can chew it. Bet this.
All right, Jay Dawg. NBA time.
Final four.
As we stick with the playoffs. I figured this was better anyways, because we don't want to do WNBA because they're just starting their regular season. The NBA's got a little more precedence to it. More
again, it's down to the final four, but
Right.
we are going to have our first of 2026 WNBA rankings later on.
Jay Dawg,
Yep.
I am sad to inform you on the finals winners odds.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The odds have been updated. It's been an interesting round in the West. The East is a little less interesting so far from what we've seen.
Are you surprised by that? Because I'm not. Okay.
No, I'm really upset because as a Boston sports fan,
You don't want to see the Knicks win.
never.
They haven't won it since what, 73?
I never want to see the Knicks win. And I honestly, and I'm not, I wasn't born into a basketball fandom. Like, my family wasn't big basketball fans. Like, I am just a sports fan. But
Is it because of their height?
yeah, because we're short. No, we like hockey or whatever. I played hockey growing up, but so I became a basketball fan later on. So it's when I watch the Celtics, I think they're more of a rival with the Sixers.
Than they are with the Knicks.
Right.
Even though they are a rival. It's Boston, New York.
Right. Because of recent years and how much crap that Embiid talks and the Ben Simmons era and all of that.
Here's the thing with that. The Sixers, no one's faced the Celtics in the playoffs more than the Sixers.
Right.
So they have that dynamic.
Right. So I feel like the Sixers are a bigger rival, but just as a Boston sports fan, you never want to see New York do
Correct.
good. Even though I'm, a Rangers fan.
Yeah, I understand that. But here, out of the 8 teams that are still in it, I'm talking NHL and NBA,
Yeah.
the longest drought for all of them
Is the Knicks. Yeah.
1970, I want to say 73, when Phil Jackson was playing, the Zen Master.
That's wild.
That's how long ago
That's wild.
that was.
That's wild. So 73, we'll see if the Knicks can get it done. The odds currently, the Thunder are still the favorite, minus 110, the champs, obviously. And they look good. Like, they look like they're still able to win, but they look human again, which is interesting.
Wemby is really taking the next step.
It's funny that I use the term human because the alien is the one getting it done.
That's right.
Wemby is just a freak of nature. And it is crazy how he just literally changes the game. Like,
they said that was going to happen.
Right.
It was within 2 years. The despair that they talk about, that's not going to happen.
Like, you didn't see. Think about some of the greatest NBA stars we've seen in our lifetime and how long it took them to reach that mountain. Not that like Wemby's the best.
No,
but
he's going to be doing it in a shorter amount of time than Jordan and LeBron
Durant. Like,
it took a while for Durant to do his thing.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Magic Johnson in his rookie year won an NBA title.
Right.
The bar was set incredibly high after that.
Right.
Larry Bird, I think 2 years in. So the bar was set incredibly high with those two. It took Hakeem Olajuwon. It took him a decade.
But Wemby's only in his second year.
Wemby's only in his third year.
Third year. And he's already broken like the blocks record. Like the postseason blocks record.
Yeah.
Like, dude is just like doing things that just has never happened before. The quadruple double, I think, is something that is like very realistic for Wemby. Something that's only happened a handful of times. Like, and it's funny that he ended up with the Spurs, and it's just
the fix has always been in, if you think about it. David Robinson, right?
Tim Duncan,
and then Wemby now.
It's crazy.
Like the fix has always been in.
And they had Kawhi, who's one of the greatest defensive players ever.
Yeah,
like
the claw.
Right. Like Kawhi is, don't shy on Kawhi. Like,
well, he wasn't the number one pick though.
No, but I'm just saying like
yeah.
they've had some of the greatest defensive players ever.
They know what they're doing. The San Antonio Spurs.
Ever.
This is the thing. They know what they're doing, okay? The Spurs as an organization, they might have had a couple of lean years. What I mean lean, one bad year that usually profits off to the number one pick, the lottery pick, and they get it. So they know what they're doing.
So back to the odds. Thunder still the favorite, -110. Spurs +210 on the odds. The Knicks +425. And then this is what I was waiting to share with you, +3,000 for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Jay Dawg, make a case on why a bet head should go for the Cavs.
If Harden can become regular season Harden and snap out of this playoff funk that he has been in, not just in Cleveland, but everywhere else he's gone, and change his image for being playoff beard, then yes, buy high on the Cavs, because the way I see it is this. If he can get it done, he's going to make the rest of the team around him better, because there's also been talk about the Spider not rising to the occasion either.
He hasn't really.
Right.
And not
when those two guys don't get it done, Cleveland doesn't win.
And not to really, focus on something from last year, but just think about how good Cleveland was last year and the collapse they had in the playoffs. And it's like
they were the number one seed last year, which is a jinx. By the way,
and I know Spider got hurt late in the season, right? Like when going into the playoffs, like that kind of hurt them.
Yeah,
but
they had to take a not all that talented Magic team to 7 games,
right?
Only to lose.
Yeah, so it's like how clutch are these players? Like, we really need to see if Cleveland can get it done. Can
the Cavs come to the rise to the occasion? It remains to be seen. So we're going to find out, because they're back in the land on Saturday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Before we transition to the WNBA and the slate we got for them, just some other bets you can make on DraftKings. You can bet on who will win the title, like conference wise. Right now, Western Conference is -575. Eastern is +400. And then you can also bet on the state that will win the NBA Finals. So New York or Texas are +210, +425, or you can do field at -125. To kind of get a little better odds for winning the championship there. So that's your NBA. And then for WNBA, Jay Dawg, before we get to the power rankings, which we'll do next segment, we've got some games that we're going to select through. And how do you feel so far through the season?
Good. I feel good. I still getting used to all the different platforms that they're on, but that's going to take time. They're on more platforms, I think, than the NBA are.
Interesting.
The WNBA is on, I think, 2 or 3 more platforms than the NBA. It's just like one night it's USA Network, the next night it's Ion, the next night it's Prime. So yeah, it's going to take a little while to getting used to, but I will.
I want to go through and have you, since you're our WNBA expert, pick the games for this Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
Happy Memorial Day weekend.
Don't say happy.
Well, yes, I know it's enjoy your time off, but be thankful for those who have fallen. Obviously.
That's what Memorial Day is about.
Yes.
It's about the honoring the fallen. It's not like Veterans Day.
No.
You say Happy Veterans Day. You don't say Happy Memorial Day.
Enjoy your time off, but be thankful. Thank a veteran. Well, you don't thank a veteran. Go visit a memorial site if you can somewhere. If there's a monument somewhere in your hometown, there's plenty of them all over America. Go visit. But enjoy your time off. And we're going to pick some WNBA games that will be going on during this time. Jay Dawg, go ahead and pick through these games. Portland at Toronto is your first one, 6 p.m. tonight.
Both expansion, tonight being Saturday.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Ooh. I'll take Toronto.
Okay. We've got LA at Vegas, 8 p.m. tonight on CBS.
That's a big one, too. Asia Wilson, Kelsey Plum Arsenal. Is it in Vegas or LA?
In Vegas.
I'll take the Aces.
Heard that. Sunday, we've got Phoenix at Atlanta, 3
I'll
p.m.
take Atlanta.
Heard that. Dallas at New York, 3:30.
Dallas. Sabrina's back, though. Ionescu looks like she's back. So
We have Washington at Seattle, 6 p.m.
Seattle, Washington, Seattle. I will take the Mystics.
The Washington Mystics. Okay. We've got Portland at New York on Monday, 8 p.m. on Peacock.
I will take New York.
And Monday night, we have Connecticut on the West Coast taking on Golden State, 10 p.m.
I'll take the Velks.
The
The
Valves.
Sun are the worst team in the WNBA, and they are on their way to Houston. So.
Heard that. That is your WNBA slate. Dog, any expectations for the weekend's games?
I think you'll just see some more of the stars doing their thing. You know, you're going to see Asia Wilson. You're going to see Kelsey Plum do her thing. You're going to see Paige Beckers do her thing. I just think this weekend the stars are going to come out, and this is the weekend to do it. I love
kind of
that.
kick it off.
Love that prime time slot that both the Aces and the Sparks are going to have, because those are two big markets to begin with. Sparks aren't doing as well as the Aces are. The Aces are the champs. But again, it's a prime time slot right there.
Mhm.
National audience. You never know what could happen. So, and again, I've got the Aces, though, because I think they're the champs until further notice, the creme de la creme. But Asia Wilson, that's awesome. I love that.
All right, Jay Dawg. It is just about time for our ranking segment of Bet This. But before we get to our in-house rankings here on Bet This, we're going to do, some MLB picks. We're going to go through the Memorial Day weekend games. And then we're also going to go over our parlays and locks of the week right now. So J Dawg's lock of the week, the Coca-Cola 600 in Concord, North Carolina. Concord,
Not
North
Concord.
Carolina.
See, in California, it's Concord. In North Carolina, it's Concord. But in New Hampshire, it's Concord.
J Dawg is going with Chase Briscoe.
Top 5 finish, not top 10, top 5. That's how confident I am in Chase Briscoe to get that top 5 slot this weekend in North Carolina.
I am trying to pull up the odds
Yeah.
as I look through that. I'm trying to get there, but so J Dawg's going Chase Briscoe top 5. I'll get you the odds in just a minute. And then my lock, I'm going to do Roki Sasaki. Roki against
Sasaki.
Against the Brewers.
How dare you?
I'm going to pick him to get 8 strikeouts this weekend. And then I am also for my parlay where J Dawg and I are both doing Sunday baseball. So I'm going to pick the Dodgers, the Mariners, and the Diamondbacks all to win. That's going to be my parlay of the week. It's a little simple 3-game parlay. Some money line action there. And then J Dawg's parlay is going home run, big stick hit action. Jose Ramirez with a home run, Schwarber with a home run, and Rafi Devers. Jose and Kyle Schwarber playing each other, which we'll get to in just a minute.
Philadelphia, Cleveland in Philly.
Let's go through it, J Dawg. Our MLB slate of games this weekend starting on Saturday at 3:00. We've got the Pittsburgh Pirates taking on the Toronto Blue Jays in Toronto.
Blue Jays.
We've got the Blue Jays herd. The Guards and the Phillies in Philly.
Guards,
of course, Dogs taking them. Tigers at Baltimore.
Baltimore.
We've got Chicago at San Francisco.
With Chicago.
White Sox.
Thank you. I'll take the Giants.
Giants herd. Twins at the Red Sox.
Twins.
Mets at Miami.
Mets.
Washington Nationals at the Atlanta Braves.
Natties.
The Natty Daddies, heard that. Mariners at the Royals.
Mariners.
We've got the Cards at the Reds.
Cards.
NL Central is amazing. Dodgers at the Brew Crew.
Brew Crew. Brewers.
The Athletics at the San Diego Padres.
Dad's the Padres.
And Rangers at Halos.
Rangers. We may be doing bet against the Angels. They are dreadful.
And then we've got Rockies at Diamondbacks last game.
Diamondbacks.
Diamondbacks, heard. All right, Saturday, quickly going to run through it. Pirates at Blue Jays again.
I thought you did Saturday.
No, I'm Sunday, excuse me.
Thank you. I'll take Pirates.
Pirates, heard.
Yep.
Guards at Phillies.
Guards.
Dogs going Guards. Tigers and O's.
O's.
We've got Twins at Red Sox.
Twins.
We've got Rays at Yanks.
Rays.
Mets at Miami.
Miami.
We've got Cards at Reds.
Cards.
Dodgers at Brew Crew.
Brewers.
Jay Dawg's taking the Brewers. Mariners at the Royals.
Royals.
Oh, really? Dog's taking the Royals. Astros at the Cubs.
Cubbies.
We've got White Sox at the Giants.
Giants.
We've got Nationals at the Braves.
Natties.
Athletics at San Diego.
San Diego.
Rockies at Diamondbacks.
Rockies.
And Rangers at Halos.
Angels.
Heard that. And then for Monday, if you're interested, we've got some interesting matchups. Big names on the mound. Schlittler for the Yankees taking on the Royals.
Watch your mouth.
We've got Luzardo for the Phillies, going to be taking on the Padres. That'll be a good matchup there. And Treya Savage, Fisher Cat former,
Yes.
taking on the Miami Marlins up in Toronto. They'll be hosting. So some Monday games to keep your eyes on. J Dawg, while we've got some time, let's go through our rankings.
Okay, where do you want to start?
Let's start with MLB. We'll keep it on the same slate.
Okay. I only have 9 teams instead of 10, but
Wow.
yeah, I forgot the 10th one. So you know what? I'll put the Pirates at number 10.
Thank you, Pirates.
Okay. Number 9, the Chicago Cubs. At number 8, the St. Louis Cardinals. At number 7, the A's of nowhere. At number 6, the Guardians. At number 5, the Tampa Bay Rays, best record in the American League. Number 4, the San Diego Padres. At number 3, the Milwaukee Brewers. See if they can hang with the number 2 team, the defending champ Dodgers. And at number 1, the Atlanta Braves.
They look incredible.
Oof.
Next, we'll why don't we do WNBA?
Dub, okay.
And we'll end with MLS.
Okay. At number 10, the Washington Mystics. At number 9, the Portland Fire. At number 8, the Toronto Tempo. At number 7, the Minnesota Lynx. At number 6, the Atlanta Dream. Number 5, the Dallas Wings. At number 4, the Golden State Valkyries, the Velks. At number 3, the New York Liberty. At number 2, the Chicago Sky. And at number 1, the champs, the Las Vegas Aces.
J Dawg, our first WNBA power rankings. Thank you for those. And
Yeah.
how many teams do they have in the league now?
16.
16, and they're getting more, if I'm
Yes.
right. There's more on the way.
Cleveland, Detroit, and Philadelphia are
Okay.
on the way. Plus Houston, Connecticut is moving from Houston. So
Okay.
yeah, moving to Houston.
And then lastly, MLS.
MLS, which we're going to do in the lightning round.
Yep.
So we'll start off with number 10, the Houston Dynamo. Number 9, FC Dallas. Number 8, the Seattle Sounders. 7, Chicago. 6, New England. Those Revs revving it up.
I
Still
know.
in the top 10.
I've got a great statistic for the next segment.
Okay.
I'll share.
Number 5, Salt Lake. Number 4, the champs, Inter Miami. And number 3, they are going to move, it looks like, Vancouver. And number 2, Nashville. And at number 1, San Jose, the Earthquakes. San Jose at number 1.
Josie, I am excited. I got a free trial for Apple TV, so I'm going to be watching some MLS later tonight. I'm going to try and catch that San Jose game. I'm
That
really
match?
excited. Yeah, that match.
Match. You got to remember that match
Yes.
on the pitch, not the field, not a game. We talk about
Matches.
matches.
All right, J Dawg, let the bet heads know what's going on the Pulse of New Hampshire this weekend.
We had talked about the Red Sox and the Twins. So Minnesota, Boston, it's 3:10 on Saturday, 4:10 first pitch, weather permitting. Same with Sunday. Or I was going to go in tickets, but it looks like it's going to be raining.
I know, and I wanted to go to the Sunday one too because it's military appreciation, and they're giving away like the white jerseys with the camo letters. I wanted to go.
Minnesota Twins are at the Red Sox on Sunday, again, weather permitting. Red Sox are not going to be playing on Memorial Day on Monday,
I
which I
know.
think is a shame.
Yeah.
All teams should be playing like they do on July 4th.
Tuesday, real quick, I maybe, I doubt it, but I really am trying to go to the Tuesday Sox game. I forget who they're
Against
playing.
the Braves.
Yeah, and it's disability night. They're giving away special disability jerseys, so they have Velcro instead of buttons to make it easier for people to put on.
Yep.
And then it says Red Sox in sign language.
Yes, ASL.
In ASL, and then on the sleeve it has on the sleeve Boston in Braille.
In Braille, yeah.
So I really want to go because I think like jerseys like that, cool giveaway jerseys like that are super unique. And I'd love to get one of those. If I don't end up going, if you're a bet head and you go, tag us on social media. Let me know. I want to see the jersey. So share it with us if you go. But Jay Dawg.
Speaking of Memorial Day as well, at noon on the Playback, which is under the Bet This umbrella on the Pulse Podcast Network, my first hockey game of 2026 and only second one in the history of the Playback is Game 6 of the 1991 Stanley Cup Finals. Yes, it was finals then. It's final now between the Pittsburgh Penguins at the Minnesota North Stars. Again, folks, Minnesota North Stars. Who are they? You know now know them as the Dallas Stars. That's how long ago this was. 35 years ago. We're going to have it for you on the Playback at noon on Memorial Day. It is the Penguins. It is the North Stars. I'm doing commentary on that game, Game 6, 1991 Stanley Cup Finals at noon. Again, the Playback under the Bet This umbrella on the Pulse Podcast Network.
And Jay Dawg, real quick, before we get to the lightning round picks, I do just want to share with the bet heads that we are working on merch. I've been workshopping some merch. We've got some stuff in the works. If you're a bet head and you're interested, comment on any of our social media, on our YouTube videos, on our posts. Comment on Spotify on our episodes or our editions of Bet This.
Editions, don't say.
But
it's not Star Wars.
Reach out to us and let us know if you're interested, and we can get you some merch. We'll find a way to make it happen.
We're going to stuff them down your throat anyway, so we don't care if you're interested or not. We're going to stuff these shirts down your throat.
Yes, so
and your hats.
Let us know if you're interested, and we'll have merch coming out soon.
We've got merch coming out soon, and also a little unprecedented history here, Siege. We're not wearing anything Major League Baseball related. We got it all there. 31 teams. That includes the Expos. We don't forget the Montreal Expos, okay? We got what? We got mini helmets, mini batting helmets. We got button pins.
Do not disturbs.
We got do not disturb door handles.
Yes.
We have patches. We got stickers. But this is the first time that during the Bet This set era that we're not wearing Major League Baseball because we got it all there. We got mascots. We got a plush. We got Swinging Friar. And we also have Fred Bird, the bobblehead.
I know the Fred Bird's new. And you can find the set if you're listening on the Pulse of New Hampshire radio stations. You can find the set on our social medias. We post the set and Jay Dawg and I each week, except we won't be in it this week because the set has all 31 teams. So we're not representing any teams. We'll show you the set on our social media. Go follow us on X, Instagram, and YouTube. X is Bet This P, Bet This Pod on Insta, and Bet This on YouTube. Jay Dawg, you know what time it is. It's the lightning round.
He's an opera singer now, folks.
I love that, man. And it makes you feel alive again. All right, we're going to rip through some MLS picks, some UFL. What do you want to start with?
Let's start with MLS.
MLS, all right. We'll do
We got
MLS
some
first.
matches, some big matches going on this weekend.
MLS matches. We've got St. Louis hosting Austin FC.
Oh, I got to take St. Louis.
St. Louis heard. Minnesota United hosting Real Salt Lake.
Real Salt Lake.
Heard that. Salt Lake on the road. Charlotte hosting New England.
The Revs.
The Revs are on fire. I'm all
Yeah.
for it. I'm probably tuning into that one later tonight. That's 7:30 on Apple TV if you're interested. Bet heads. DC United hosting Montreal.
I'll take Montreal.
Montreal. Jay Dawg and I are big Montreal fan people here. Cincinnati hosting Orlando City. FC Cincinnati.
Cincy.
Heard that, Cincy. We've got Chicago Fire hosting Toronto FC.
I'll take the Chicago Fire.
Nashville hosting New York City.
Nashville.
Sporting KC hosting Red Bull New York.
Sporting KC.
Heard that. Colorado Rapids FC Dallas.
FC Dallas.
Portland hosting San Jose.
San Jose.
Heard that, San Jose. We've got San Diego FC and Vancouver.
I'll take San Diego.
Heard that. Galaxy hosting the Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Or the Dynamo.
Dynamo.
Excuse me, I read that wrong.
That's right.
Yeah.
Dynamo.
I said that and I was like, I know that doesn't sound right.
The Dynamo are dynamite.
Who are you taking? You taking Dynamo? They're Dynamite.
Dynamite.
The Columbus Crew on Sunday will be hosting Atlanta FC.
Crew.
Heard that, Crew. We've got Inter Miami hosting Philadelphia Union.
Philadelphia.
And the last matchup of the weekend, LAFC hosting Seattle.
Seattle Sounders.
The Seattle Sounders on the road. And that is our MLS. UFL, real quick, Jay Dawg, 3 games we can talk about.
Yes.
We've got the Birmingham Stallions at the Columbus Aviators.
Lumbus
Herd. We've got the Dallas Renegades taking on Louisville Kings.
Kingies.
And then St. Louis Battlehawks Sunday night taking on the Houston Gamblers.
I will take the St. Louis Battlehawks.
And that does it, Bet Heads, for another edition of Bet This. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. That's Bet This Pod, Bet This P on X. Follow us on YouTube at Bet This. Follow me on TikTok. That's CJSAN2LIS, or on Instagram at KingJ_on-air. You can follow Jay Dawg on Instagram at JDawgArsenal.
JayDawgArsenalt. Got all that?
And make sure, if you're going to bet
this.
And we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Bet This is for entertainment purposes only. Always gamble responsibly and never wager more than you can afford to lose. Our advice is not a guarantee of success. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help is available. Call the National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-522-4700 or visit ncpgambling.org for resources.